Hello, everybody. Welcome in to the Arrowhead Addict halftime show. I am at Verderame alongside Patrick Allen. As always, thank you for joining us. If you're new to the podcast, please subscribe. Hello, everybody. Welcome in to the If you haven't already subscribed, please do so right now. I am getting a little bit of audio feedback. That being said, I think we're good to go. The Chiefs, 16-3. It looked like the Cowboys were going to score at the end of the half. They do not. Charvarius Ward, a great pick in the end zone. All of a sudden, you go into the half, up 13, getting the ball out. But the Chiefs' offense, the last three possessions, not good. A lot of penalties, a turnover, some drops. They've got to get it rolling. But, Patrick, 16-3, and the defense is the story.
I am fired up, man. What a bunch of dogs. This is the best defensive half of football I can remember the Chiefs playing in years. Like, these guys are no joke. The Dallas Cowboys are a dynamic, explosive offense with great players all over the field. L'Jarius Sneed, Frank Clark, Chris Jones, they're getting pass rush. They're holding up they're playing just like we said they should play. Man coverage, rush. They're absolutely fantastic, and they're keeping the Chiefs in this game.
Honest to God, I thought they were going to blitz a lot in this game. They haven't had to. Chris Jones has been everywhere. Frank Clark has been everywhere. Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, Melvin Ingram, Jerron Reed, Wharton. I mean, you name them. You name them. They have come out hair on fire. And L'Jarius Sneed, other than the one penalty in this game, has been unbelievable. I tweeted it out. He looks like Ronnie Lott.
Yeah.
I mean, he's rushing guys. He's played great. Matthew, for all the concern pregame, would he play? Would he not play? Well, he's played very, very well. They've tackled extremely well. I don't know that you could say anything defensively that's not a positive. I mean, maybe the penalty on 3rd and 19, that'd be about it. They have been lights out. The Cowboys, other than the one play, it was kind of a trick play of misdirection with Pollard. They've not run the ball particularly well. And it leads to these stats. So Prescott, 13 of 21, 68 yards and a pick. He's been sacked 3 times. They've run the ball 11 times for 62 yards. But if you take out the one long run, they're not even averaging 3 yards an attempt right now. The Chiefs have given up nothing on the ground. They've been all over them. Meanwhile, offensively, Mahomes has been okay. He's been fine. I wouldn't say he's been great. He hasn't been bad. He's been victimized by a bunch of drops in this game. Kelsey's been taken out of the game, but Hill's played well. Pringle with the big catch. They've run the ball fairly effectively when they've tried to do it. Their big thing offensively, have to stop beating themselves. The drops and the penalties have killed them. If not for that, I think they're ahead by 3+ scores right now.
Yeah, they should be. And I think they just need to – I think the whole team is playing with an incredible amount of emotion. We're seeing it on the field. We're seeing it with the penalties and those types of things. I think that the Chiefs offense just needs to settle down a little bit. The Chiefs defense just needs to keep doing what they're doing. But I think on offense, settle down a little bit, come out after the half, run the football, just get it going, get another touchdown. Because if you go out there and you score a touchdown after the half, you're going to make things a lot easier on the defense. You're going to continue to crank up the pressure on the Cowboys. They're going to come out angry. They're going to have some adjustments. But, I mean, in the first half, it seemed like all Mike McCarthy had as an answer for the Chiefs defense was, oh, I guess we better throw another screen. That's it. That's all they have that even is working a little bit right now.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I was going to say coming into this thing, my biggest takeaway from the first half is defensively, Dak had a very hard time figuring out what they're doing. A very hard time. Part of it's the offensive line's not been good in front of him. I get that. Part of it has been he's never played against Steve Spagnuolo. And we have seen this time and time again. When you get quarterbacks who have never seen that defense, they play in a very unique way. They blitz from different angles. They bring guys you normally wouldn't blitz. And I give the Chiefs credit. I saw all week, and I don't mind saying this, because I tweeted about this. There's an ESPN segment about how there's no way the Chiefs can play man. And I pushed back, and I said, you better believe they're going to play man in this game. They are going to man up and try to take them away. And guess what? They have dominated in man coverage in this game. Even most of these throws Dallas has hit, they have been covered. They've been contested. I mean, Dak has one pick. He could easily have another one. I mean, the Chiefs have been all over the field. As I mentioned, Jones with 2 sacks. Clark with a sack. You look at this game, they've gotten their hands on the football multiple times. Sneed had the one where he blitzed, knocked the ball up in the air, caused the 3rd down incompletion. I think the Chiefs have played a brilliant defensive game. Now it's on the offense. I look at the offense and say, guys, you get 14 points in this game's done. They're not getting 30 points. 7 might be enough, but 14 would definitely be enough. They have been They have been great to this point. I'm really, really proud of the way the defense has stepped up. Everybody wondered, is it a fluke? Have they played some bad quarterbacks? Well, they're playing the best offense by yardage in the NFL, and they have kicked their ass through 30 minutes. By the way, thank you for the super chat from MT. Appreciate it. Cowboys
awesome.
D really trying to keep them in the game. Mahomes isn't taking the checkdowns. Drops are a problem on both sides. This will be a second half game, in my opinion. First of all, thanks again. Really appreciate it. I got to be honest. I know what you mean. There have been a few times he hasn't taken a check down, but I think he's played fine. They've dropped a lot of passes in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, that has really been, to me, the key. Hardman had to drop. Gordon had to drop. Kelsey had to drop. I mean, look, Mahomes right now, as I look it up on my phone here, he's 11 of 18. If they catch those balls, he's 14 of 18 for probably something like 150. I mean, that's a great game. So I hear you, but I think that it's really more about the penalties and the drops. If they clean that up, I don't think Dallas stops them.
Yeah, and I think they were passing a little bit too much there towards the end. I know it was getting close to the end of the first half, but just early on, like Clyde Edwards-Helaire was running the ball well. The offensive line was getting pushed. And if I'm Andy Reid, Trey Smith's pissed, right? Like he is pissed off. I'm coming out in the second half. I'm running behind that guy because he's just going to be out there pancaking people, I think, even more than usual. Get Clyde going, get Darrell Williams going. Hell, throw Gore in there if somebody needs a rest. I don't know if he's active today, but go in there and just run the ball down their throat in the second half. And that I think will be really spirit crushing. Don't give them a chance for a turnover. Don't give them a chance for a big sack, negative plays. Just go out. You have a better offensive line than they have defensive line right now. Go run it on them.
And I think one thing too, because I know, and I haven't seen a lot of that in the chat to be fair, but I will just kind of preemptively address this. I know people are going to say, well, the offense, you have 16 points, which is good, but they've also kind of struggled a little bit, or they've fallen back in a trap. They're not struggling the way they did against the Giants and Packers, where nothing felt right. They're open. Like their blocking has been fine. It's not that. Mahomes doesn't look disjointed. It really is right now. Bad penalties and some drops. That's what's killing them. It's not, against the Packers, and we talked about this, Giants, same thing. They look scared. They look nervous. They look tentative. They don't look any of those things to me. They've looked fine from an emotional standpoint, from a mental standpoint. It's really just been self-inflicted wounds. That said, guys, they do have 16 points in the half. And I agree. The last 6 minutes were a crap show. You're not getting any argument. But they did have two drives. They went boom, 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 boom right down the field. They got the field goal basically also from the turnover. I do believe, though, as long as they can self-correct with some of these mistakes they've made, I think they'll be all right. And by the way, Jonathan brings up a good point here. That's right. With the defense playing like this, you're not forced to constantly try to make everything happen on one play. Yep. And if they keep playing like this, guys, they may not need to score. I mean, their defense has just been unbelievable. Think about if they got 30 minutes to go. Dallas is a really good team. They could come back. If the Chiefs win this game, continue to play like this defensively, you know how good they're going to feel going into the bye week? I mean, after all this, 6 weeks in a row of this. And by the way, and I'll let you take it from here, Patrick, I think, look, take a look at the rest of the AFC. The Titans lost to the freaking Texans in Tennessee today, and the Bills got clobbered. I mean, absolutely clobbered by the Colts. I saw the question earlier. They're not the 1 seed if they win, Jess. However, they would pass Buffalo, and then New England would move up in front. New England would actually be ahead of the Chiefs by tiebreaker, but they play each other twice. Don't worry about that. The Chiefs would jump Buffalo. More importantly, they'd move a game away from Tennessee, who just lost to the Texans and has New England later in the year on the road, Pittsburgh in the year later on the road, the Niners later. Kansas City, they win this game, there's a very real chance that they put a lot of pressure on getting to that 1 seed.
Yeah, this is the biggest half of football coming up for them of the season. It's not even close. Huge opportunity here for the Chiefs. And I will say, the Chiefs need to know the rules. They need to rein it in a little bit. But the officiating, the ridiculous penalties, the taunting for pointing, and all this stuff, the NFL's got to do something. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's no good. It's no good. Fenton got his friggin' helmet ripped off in front of the official. They did finally call it, but I mean, geez, how does it take you that long? All right, we're going back to the game. Second half, we will be back after the game right here. Subscribe. We appreciate it. Edric, thank you so much. That's
Edric,
awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
We will be back. Post-game show right here. Chiefs, Cowboys getting underway. Let's get after it.
See you second half.